Hi everyone, it's Jeanette, Crafty Dork. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to go along, it's day 45 I think. We're going to go along and finish this little folder with all the tags and flips and what have you. So we'll see how far we go. We might have to make it 2 videos, but we'll work at it. What I've thought I'd do is just show you how I put this the little folder together. If you've seen Jodi's video, you may already know, but we'll just go on and I'll show you. I'm using this beautiful book that I showed you the other day of Botanical Footwear by Dennis Kite. I just thought I'd make some bits of ephemera and all for it all, and we'll see if I can put a journal together at some stage. I just want to say thank you to everybody who contacted me about my welfare. I'm doing okay. I will get there. I will get there. So that's all we'll say. Okay, so basically I'm just going to trim that and make it neat on the side there, and then decide which one I want on the inside and which on the outside. So I might have that on the outside and then this on the inside. So we just fold it in half. And do a little crisping up the fold. And then I want to make it the same size as a piece of cardstock, which is 8 1/4. So I'm just going to lay that on there. Now you could do it, where's my pencil gone? You could do this, stick it down first. I think Jodi does that, and then she cuts it off. So it's entirely up to whatever you want to do. I mean, doing it this way, I may have to, you know, trim a little bit more or of either one of them. So you'll see how it goes. So once you've got your base like that, then you decide on your colour for your cardstock. This is just a cream from Stampin' Up. So what I'm going to do is just pop it there like that. Pop it on my scoreboard, butt them both up to the end, and I'm just going to make sure that when I score, I don't know if you can see that, let's have a look if you can. No, you might not be able to. Anyway, the little score line down here, there's a little bump and then the score line. So I'm just lining this up in the middle of the bump so that I can have the score line right down the edge of it, but not so close that when you fold it over, you just need that little bit of of room so that it doesn't, because we are going to fill it. So you need about 1/8 of an inch there. Things aren't, this was the white, so it's just down the edge of it, so like that. And then what I did, I folded that. So this part is going to be the piece that folds over. Now you can have it, I think Jodi had it on this side, so if you wanted to have your cardstock opening this way, you put it on this side so that this one goes over like that. Might do that for a change because the other one is the where is it? This one I've got folding on that side. Okay. Right. Now you decide where you want to put your So I definitely don't want to have all that on the back, because that's going to cover up that beautiful back. And I think I'll just bring it to the tip of the shoe. So what I'm going to do, very scientific, just pencil mark like that. Now mine's a little bit different to Jodi's, so we've got to have our own little interpretation of the... Okay, so that's how I'm going to pop it on the on that piece of card. Now I'll just put my glue stick down there, and remember, you can sew around it, you can just stick it down. You know, the sky's the limit once you've got your basics all done, and depending on the type of material that you're using. You know, if you're using something out of a sewing book, you know, how great would that be to, you know, just to use that. There we go. So I'm just making sure that it's even across there. And just use my bigger handy little dandy one there. And then there is just a fraction to cut off there, so I'll just use my scissors and whip down there. And that's the base of our folder done. Okay, now that may, and it is, it's going to, see how it's puckering a little bit? So I'm just going to take off 1/8 of an inch there, just to allow any little bits that I pop in there. So that's all I did. And that will let it fold beautifully. Okay, so with this one, whoops, because I've got the oranges on the outside and there's a little bit of orange in here, I will probably use this one. I'm going to cover up that butterfly, but we can't be helped. So you butt it up to there. You butt it up to this one. And then probably those little puppy dog ones, because they're in that colour range. One down there and one up there, and that'll be our little folder bases. That's the basics of it all. So back to the original one, and I'll work on that. So first up, we've got our piece here. We want to cover this bit up so we can, you know, get started. I've just noticed there I've got some not sticking very good. I think I said before I ordered Bic by mistake, and it does say washable water based, but something about it I'm not loving. So I'm going to donate what's left to the kindergarten. They can have a bit of a play with it all. I'm sure the kids will enjoy it. Okay, so what I've chosen now, when Jodi did it, she had one of Tracy's DigiKits, and she sort of ripped a piece of it down here, and it was a bit of a collage effect there, I think. But what I'm going to do is just use this this here, and I think I'll cut it off across that bottom there. So I've still got those little shoes there. This is, I just love this paint book, and I was, what on earth do I do with it? You know, it's just, so I'm just going to basically butt that up there, because it will fold there. Yep. And so I'll stick that down, and then we'll get on with the rest of it. So I hope everybody's well. Our little puppy is just, oh my golly, she's a pocket rocket. She's just beautiful. She's into everything. This morning she just not interested in her food. She's playing. Out 3 laps of the garden to make sure everything's there. And we've got a flamingo statue out there. She gives that a little woof in the morning and has a little woof at the cat as she goes past. And we've got my son's Jack Russell with us, as well as his cavoodle, or their cavoodle and their Jack Russell, I should say. And they are all just getting on so well. And what's she barking at? She's growling at something out there. But takes your mind off things when you're watching a little puppy do little antics. I'll have to do a little video of it one day and show you all our little baby. Rama's not too sure as yet. He's still, the jury's out yet as to how he, whether he's in love with her or not. I'm just going to trim that little piece off there. I don't think, oh, it might fit. Yes, it will. So I'm just going to line up and trim. Oh, lucky me, it all worked and didn't rip. It's a bit thicker paper, so it's working well. Come on. Yeah, Rachel had a beautiful project this morning. She's up to 50 something or other. I'll get there, but it's going to be slower. She fussy cut some embroidery, like a doily, the embroidery off it, and then stuck it onto some ticking and made a tag out of it. Just beautiful, just beautiful. She's certainly a talented lady, isn't it? It was inspired by a journal, which was absolutely gorgeous, that her mum gifted her. And yeah, so I'm looking at a few sewing projects. I've just got to get my head around them all yet. So I thought I'd just flip that over, and I could have, now that I've stuck it down, I could have left that as a tuck and just stuck it top and bottom. What a goose. What a goosey gander. Okay. So, just, not to worry. So we just, where that's stored there, just ease it over. This is quite thick, the paper, so it's lovely. Okay, so there we go. So that's how that part will be. This glue just sticks to everything. Okay, now inside, on this inside part is where we put our pockets. And I'm sticking with the ones that I made. And what you do is you butt them up to the fold. And then glue. And now I might actually glue with this, because it's shiny and I want it to, it's going to be opened up and what have you. So I'll just use this to make sure we're stuck properly. There. And I think Jodi actually had this part a little bit shorter so that these two met in the middle. But we'll work something out there. I think I like to just see a little bit of the paper behind show through. Just down a fraction, there we go. And I had made these and put the little tab to close it, and then I thought, well, that was stupid. The flap's going to be folded down, so. Yeah, so there's that one. And I think, because I've got that's folded there, and that's there. Now let's see how this goes. Yep, we're going to have that little bit there. That's cool. Okay, that's my little... Something on there a bit sticky. It's down here. Down here. Okay. So the next one that you put on, these are great. They just take any stick that's on off. Yep. Okay. So then, do you know what I've done? I've put them upside down. Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Look. But here's the right way, so must have to be that way. Okay. Stop gabbing. Okay. So now we've got these two, and we'll put. No, we'll put you down there, and this one up a little bit in there. So same deal, you make sure you butt it up here, and then fold it back. Okay. And the same over on this side. Perhaps that way, Jeanette. Let's put that up to the top the same. Okay. Beautiful day here today. I've actually got short sleeves on. Yesterday I had a jumper. It was so darn cold. Freezing, freezing, freezing. Okay. So there we go. There. So that's it. We've got our folder made. They go in like that. There, 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 and there. How easy is that? And there it is, all done. So now all you do is make sure you haven't got glue all over you. I have to get rid of that mat, I think, get a new one. And then decorate. So for decorating, I was going to pop an envelope, a pocket there, and I thought this one might go a little bit higher, like that, and I think I'll stitch around that, and I might pop it on a bit of cardstock. I might be able to trim those down and use this piece of cardstock. That would be, yep, I can do that. That will fit. And then that one. So I'll glue those on. I'll stitch around them. I'll stitch around the edge of this. Now I need something on here first before I go off doing that. What can we put? What can I put? I did. Want something to. What colours are we? Greens and purples. And get some of the plain pages in here. I've got the orange. I might use that green, hey? Yeah, use the front page. God, I would never do this at one stage. I was horrified to think that people actually cut books up. Where's my scalpel? Absolutely horrified. Couldn't believe that people would do it. But I can see, you know, repurposing and giving the book a new lease of life is fantastic. Hello, Cha-Cha. You come in to see Nan. Alright, you come in to see Nan. It's my son's, he's just over 10, I think. Little Jack Russell fella, and he's I know he's very quiet today. This trip he just doesn't seem himself for some reason. So I'm going to butt that up, and I might just take a little bit around the back. So I'll do that, sew around the edges, make the pocket, and I shall be back. Okay, back again. I've stitched all around. I've actually used the green, and I've done a bit of punching with my punch down there, border punch. So I've stitched all around here. I've got a little pocket here, and I've got the pocket over here. Okay, so we've got our big pocket here to put stuff in. We've got our little pocket there, big one here, and little one here. So, you know, these big ones we could put, these are just tags that I've actually used up all my scraps. Look at that, I mean, the tiny bits. And then I just made up all these little cards with them. Put a brad in there, eyelet, so that we can, so I can put some trim or whatever up there. So, you know, those little tags can go beautifully in. Probably not that one, I'd have to cut one off to go in there. Although a little bit wouldn't mind coming out. Yeah, and even in there I've got some I did have anyway, that's the you get the idea. So what I'll do is I'll make some ephemera in the next one. We'll make some little tags and tucks and tags and journaling cards to go in, and finish it off. So there we are. I think it's rather cute. And then I have something to go down the side there. I'll have to look in my flowers or something to go down there. But I think it's rather nice. Lovely little thing that you can fill up with all sorts of goodies. Another happy mail, or just a little piece to, it's not very thick, you could slip into a journal. You could even make this the journal and have your papers down here, make this a little bit wider. Might do that in the next one. Okay, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Until we see you next time, happy crafting, and bye for now.